Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking me out. Today, right now, it's really sunny, but earlier it was really cloudy. Actually, it's still pretty cloudy right now. I'll let you take a look at it. Okay, so the sun may just start hiding again, and the rain may pop out, but my intention was that I wanted to do this video while it was raining. I wanted to do it in the rain. It's still drizzling right now, so I'm getting a little bit of rain, but I'm not getting the full effect. And the reason why I wanted to do the video in the rain is so that I could feel what I'm talking about, and it would help me articulate myself better and express my feelings, because I would directly be getting communication from it. But I got the sun, and I guess I'll just have to work with that for now. But in this video, I'm going to talk about building your relationship with the rain, and why it's important, and what it can do for us, and how it affects us, and knowing how this relationship works, so that we can get more productivity out of ourselves by knowing this. Knowledge is power. Now, with the rain, rain has a pretty bad reputation. The ancients, or even indigenous people, they viewed the rain as sacred, but they likely viewed it as sacred just for really shallow reasons, not shallow, but really important, essential reasons, but at the same time shallow. They viewed it as important because of it providing water for you, and it growing crops and vegetation. So of course it's really important because it's about survival, and I guess that's a good reason to view it as being sacred. And I don't know if they viewed it for other reasons. Now, if other reasons, other ways that indigenous cultures and other people from other cultures view rain in a sacred sense, please let me know, because I'm not aware of it. But yeah, rain is really misunderstood, and even in literature and in movies, books, the rain is always painted as the dark person, or the dark energy, the bad guy, and just negative, negative meanings attached to it. Like in a movie, you have the movie will start off they'll set the setting with a lightning storm and rain and all this stuff to symbolize that the times aren't good. But to me, the times are good. The times are really good. We just have to understand how good they are. Or in a book, you may have some poor guy who he gets his heart broken. So he's walking in the rain. He has his head down. He's crying, and it's raining, and the rain symbolizes his tears. And you associate the rain with just being just a time of sadness and grief. But I can associate the rain with tears. But to me, I'm gonna associate it with not tears of sadness, but tears of joy, tears of happiness, tears of thankfulness, things like this. Now, from here, I'm going to talk about two reasons why you should appreciate rain more, and two reasons why you should connect with rain more. The first reason I'm going to talk about is an energetic one, and how it powers our body, gives us energy, influences our health, influences our well-being. And the second thing that I'm going to talk about are psychological effects of rain. Some of the psychological effects are positive and they're negative. But there's a time and place for each one of these, and knowing like when to utilize these times and exploit these situations, you can get the most out of them. And I'm going to talk about like how and why a little bit. So let's get started, shall we? With the rain and in respects to energy, I've made a few videos. This is one of my water videos. I've made, I think, 3 other water videos, and my previous video was a water video. I talked about the sea, and I think these videos are like the number 12 videos. But I always talk about water being a battery, meaning that it can hold energy, it can store energy, it can store information, it can store electricity, and you know it's water's a really energetic thing. It's highly energetic. And when it rains, rain is a very energetic situation also. Like I talked about the ocean being really energetic, the rain is very energetic as well. And I guess a very obvious example of this is lightning. Like when it rains, you see lightning. And like, if you wanted to break down lightning in a simple way, lightning, like from cloud to cloud, you may have one cloud full of positive ions and one cloud full of negative ions. And this difference in potential makes lightning go from cloud to cloud. Now, this light kind of shows you like how energetic rainy situation is, because like, you know, it produces lightning and we see it. Now, during a rainy day, like if you're in this environment, and your energy's low, you can absorb a lot of this energy. And like, you know, being in the ocean is energetic, also being in the rain is energetic. But one of the differences between being in the ocean or a body of water and being in the rain, of course, when you're in the rain, there's less water attached to you, transferring energy to you. But what you get from the rain that you don't get from the ocean is that you're inhaling the mist and all the negative ions. Like during a rainy day, there's lots of negative ions in the air as a result of the rain. Or even if you're next to an ocean, being next to an ocean is very, very good for you. You breathe in a bunch of negative ions. Or being next to a waterfall where all the spray is happening and you're breathing in all the negative ions. You're in this situation in the rain. So like unlike an ocean, in a rainy environment, you're breathing in directly into your body the negative ions. And why is this good? Why is this beneficial? Well, in a lot of my other videos, I talk about negative charge. You know, you want a strong negative charge in your body. And why do you want strong negative charge? Like a negative charge and negative ions, such as negatively charged ions, I just talked about them. They're basically a negative electricity, which means they absorb energy, they absorb sunlight, they absorb the different energies in our environments. So whenever you're in an environment that's highly negative, that means it's a very highly energy absorbing environment. So when you put yourself in this environment, you become very energy absorbing also, and you're breathing in those negative ions. It's just like breathing in pure energy, pure chi. You know, it's really amazing. And like when it rains, we often we go inside and we hide from it. And like when you do that, you're losing 2 major things. You're away from the sun because you're inside, and also because it's raining. But even if you're outside and there's clouds, you're still exposed to the energy from the sun going through the clouds. It's just not as strong. And also you are separated from the magnetism, and the magnetism being the negative charge. Magnetism means you absorb energy readily. So like you're separated from both of those. You're separated from the energy and you're separated from the magnetism. And this could lead to depression. Like a lot of depression and sickness is like energy deficiencies. It's like your energy low, you've lost too much energy, and of course you can become depressed. But a remedy to this is to get out of that house, step outside, go into the rain, take your clothes off, let that rain drip on your body, and just let that energy absorb into you, and also breathe in that air, breathe in those ions, fill the body up with energy, and I promise you'll feel real good right away. It's like if you like where you live is just like full of just rain all the time. This is a way to combat that. Or even if you don't want to get wet, you just get an umbrella and take a long walk, and just breathe in those ions, those negative ions, and fill your body with energy. Worst thing you could do is stay in the house. So if you want to get the full effect, get your clothes off, get in the birthday suit, come, get the way God brought you into this world, and well, as much as you can, and just be free, and just enjoy yourself, absorb that energy. Now, okay, those are some of the energetic effects of rain. I guess that carried over to like psychological effects too, but it's mostly just directly absorbing the energy. Now I'm going to talk about psychological benefits and psychological detriments that we experience during the rain. All right. If we're in the rain, rain affects our different senses. Like if you're in the rain, it's hitting your skin, and it's like vibrations, and these vibrations have an effect on you, and they influence you psychologically and even physically as well. But I won't get into that in this video. But what I will talk about is hearing, listening to rain, the psychological effects that hearing rain has on you, and they're huge. The psychological effects of hearing rain is huge, and I'm gonna kind of talk about this a little bit. Okay, so like when we listen to rain, our brain waves decrease. Listening to rain decreases brain waves, and we have different brainwave states, like when we're fully awake, like me right now, I'm fully awake. I'm in the beta state. Beta state is the full state of wakefulness, and then if I went to meditative state, then I'm in the alpha state. And if I fell asleep and started dreaming, then I would be in the theta state. And if I was asleep but not dreaming, I would be in the delta state. So it's different states of consciousness, and all of these states of consciousness play a role, and they influence how we think and how we just view reality. I guess you can kind of look at those as just like other realms, but with that, the rain influences those different states of thinking, and it influences by reducing the brain waves. It drops you to like a lower state of consciousness, or it brings you closer to subconscious or lower level of thinking. And sometimes this is not beneficial, and it's not beneficial when you have to like really concentrate on something, like you're doing like some math, or like you have to like really problem solve. This isn't that beneficial for most people. Now, there are exceptions to this. Like if you're like a really energetic, high-strung personality, like a really hyper person, then this would help you. This would actually benefit you. You want your brain waves to go down to help you concentrate on something that requires intense focus, because maybe all that energy makes your focus just scatter. So you need something to bring you down. So for those rare people, the rain would benefit you in a high concentration activity. Now, but for most of us, it'll just it won't benefit us. Now, at the other end, like when your brain waves go down, like from hearing rain, it brings you more toward like meditation state, the subconscious, the dream world, and places like this. And these places are really good for creativity. Like if you need to write a story and you have to create a story, something like this, you're writing a story or you're doing some artwork, something like this. The subconscious state, meditative state would be really beneficial to these. They take you to a level of lower level of consciousness, and you're able to create better. You're freer. You're freer in your thoughts. So it's real beneficial for that. But what it's also beneficial for is like intimacy, like love making. It's beneficial for love making because for the same reason alcohol can be beneficial for love making, because it reduces your inhibitions. It brings you more to a subconscious state. It makes you less self-conscious and more uninhibited. So you don't worry about things. All you do is you focus on your lover, and you can really focus and be yourself and just really let go. And that's really good for love making. And rain can put you in that state of mind and allow you to, be a better lover. So if you got like a slump in your love life, use the rain as, something to help you, a tool, a crutch, don't turn that TV off, turn that radio off, let the rain, listen to the rain and make love to the rain. Okay, so how does the rain lower our brainwave activity? Like you have you have white noise. Like white noise is like a constant noise that kind of covers other noises, so you're not distracted by other noises. Like for example, like water spraying, like shh. That's white noise. Now you also have pink noise, and pink noises typically occur in nature. And pink noise is basically white noise with a lot more bass, And pink noise in nature is just like a waterfall, or it's like rainfall, or it's like the wind blowing through leaves. This is considered pink noise. And white noise brings you down to a lower level of consciousness, but pink noise brings you down to a lower level of consciousness much, much more strongly. So those are some of the effects that rain has on us. And by knowing and by understanding like how this works, we can use it to play on our strengths and minimize our weaknesses. Just basically getting in tune with nature, developing a relationship with it, so that we can get the most out of ourselves, out of our lives. To put more love into the universe, share more love with one another. Okay, so like, why did I make this video? What's the motivation? Okay, a couple of weeks ago, I did a video about the ocean, the sea, the energy from the sea, and around this time, it was really rainy. It's pretty rainy now. Like the season here is pretty rainy. It rains every day, on and off. I was hoping to catch the rain now to do the video, but now the rain does not want to show itself. But it was raining, and I was kind of trapped at a restaurant, and I had just eaten a big meal, and I was there for a couple of hours, and my food wouldn't even digest, and I felt kind of lethargic. I didn't really want to talk with people or socialize, And I think it was because of just me being out of the sun and being out of the rain. So I kind of like asked myself, I said, man, I feel kind of tired. Like, what should I do? I asked myself, and myself said, why don't you talk to nature? Why don't you see what's nature's plan? And that's what I did. I asked nature. I said, nature, like, how can I boost my energy? Like, you know, how can I get out of this slump? And nature said to me, you remember that video that you did just a little bit while back about the energies of the ocean and about water being a battery? Well, look outside. What's going on outside? What do you see? And I saw the ocean, but I also saw rain. So that means that it was really, really energetic. So I said, maybe you're right. So the next thing I did, I got undressed, I stripped down, I went and got into the ocean while it was pouring down raining. And it was a little bit cold at first because I went from being dry to wet. But once I sat myself in the warm water, I sat there for a couple of minutes, and then I began to swim. I began to swim under the water. And after about 20 minutes, I got out and I went back to the area, the shelter, and I dried myself off, and I sat down, and I kind of paid attention to how I felt, my body. And what I noticed was that, like, the meal that hadn't digested, it actually had digested. Like, being in that water just for 20 minutes moved my metabolism, like in a big way. And I didn't feel lethargic anymore. Actually, I felt like there was like a pretty big energy surge. Like I was more alert. You know, I don't know if it was just like, you know, feeling the cold water on me, but I was much more alert, and I was much more talkative, and like it just really raised my spirits. And this lasted all through the rest of the day, for like the next like 5 hours, all the way until I went to sleep, and I slept well too. And you know, that's like, I felt better being in the ocean on a rainy day than I felt at times when I was in the ocean on a sunny day. So, you know, it's kind of, it's funny, and I'm glad I explored that, and I learned for myself, and you know, it's really a powerful moment for me. But the purpose of me making this video again is to give the rain its well-deserved good reputation. The rain is a really beautiful thing. The rain isn't a hindrance. The rain is an opportunity. So what? You get wet you get a little wet, you know, big deal. If you get wet, you know, dance in the rain, you know, feel good about it, and enjoy yourself, you know, live life to the fullest, exploit the opportunity. And I just kind of told you some ways that you could exploit it. Now, if you have a relationship with the rain, and you know, please share that relationship with me. Do you have a rain ritual, or are you a part of like a indigenous culture, and you have like things you do with the rain that are very different or unconventional? Please, you know, share that with us. You know, I would love to hear about it. You know, it would help me develop my relationship with that aspect of nature, you know, and I would really be thankful for that. And you know, just any other thoughts that you may have about this. So again, you know, thank you so much. You know, please like, share, subscribe, comment, browse my channel. And as always and forever, I love you. You love yourself. And, you know, spread love, be love. Thank you so much, and I'm gone.